India not having a permanent seat in the United Nations is absurd. This was a statement given by Elon Musk on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Namaste guys, welcome to your own channel Indian Geopolitics. During a recent discussion on the social media platform X by various geopolitical scholars about the failure of United Nations to stop various conflicts like Ukraine-Russia war, Israel-Palestine war, they were discussing about the relevant reforms that are required if United Nations wants to remain a relevant body in the 21st century. Amid this ongoing discussion, Elon Musk jumped into this topic and pointed out how United Nations has failed to perform its duty in the 21st century. He highlighted how India, being the largest populated nation on the planet, is out of the United Nations Security Council. This clearly indicates the irrelevance of United Nations as a global governance body altogether in 21st century. As a brief summary, United Nations was established in 1945 after World War II, with 50 countries across the world being the founding members of United Nations. It constitutes two major political decision-making bodies, first being the General Assembly, where more than 193 member states participate and take decision via voting. The other structure, the United Nations Security Council, is the most important global governance body of United Nations. However, it constitutes only of 5 member nations who take decision for all global affairs and are commonly known as P5 nations or permanent 5 nations. They are United States of America, United Kingdom, France, Russia and China. Basically, these 5 nations have final say in every decision of United Nations. India has been long calling for reforming the United Nations Security Council because of the failure of the United Nations Security Council to tackle various global crises like the Rwanda genocide, nuclearization of North Korea, fall of Afghanistan to Taliban, Iran-Iraq war, Israel-Palestine war, failure to tackle and detect COVID pandemic, failure to tackle poverty, hunger, climate crisis, etc. The process for expansion of the membership of United Nations Security Council is simple. The member state aspiring to get the permanent member should get 2/3 vote in the General Assembly, which India already enjoys. The second and most crucial step is to get vote from all the P5 nations, where China has always opposed entry of India in United Nations Security Council and will veto any attempt to vote India into the UNSC. You will be shocked to know that India was the founding member of United Nations and was offered permanent membership in 1945 itself by United States. However, our first Prime Minister Nehru rejected the permanent seat and offered it to China. The then Union Law Minister Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had criticized this movement and had called out Prime Minister Nehru for his China appeasement policy, which had a negative blowback in form of 1962 India-China war. However, what has surprised the global community is Elon Musk's open support to India's candidacy in United Nations Security Council. Before we dwell into his reasons of supporting India, I would request you to like, subscribe and share your own channel Indian Geopolitics. India has been long demanding its entry in United Nations Security Council as a permanent member. However, in 21st century, especially after the COVID pandemic, the reasons that world can't ignore in giving India a permanent candidacy is, first of all, its population. India today has surpassed China to become the most populated country on this planet. Today, India constitutes around 18% of total human population on this planet. But you would ask why the world should be bothered about India's population. So here comes the second reason. With a large population comes a huge economic opportunity, and today, as per every global estimate, India is the fastest large growing economy. India was ranked 10th globally in terms of its economic size in year 2014 and has surpassed countries like Russia, Italy, Brazil, France, England to become the 5th largest economy, and within coming 2 to 3 years will surpass Germany and Japan to become the world's 3rd largest economy only after United States and China. perhaps it might be the economic opportunity that Elon Musk sees in India's future that he is supporting India's candidature to United Nations Security Council as a permanent member. Further, the world once again heading towards a Cold War 2.0 with the economic trade war between United States and China. No other country is poised other than India that attracts investment as well as attention of both pro-US and pro-China countries. India today is present at a geopolitical sweet spot where it can leverage the advanced technological development of the West as well as the geopolitical support of West. I would like to know your opinion on whether India will ever get a United Nations Security Council permanent membership, and if yes, then what would it take for India to get China in its favor? For other updates on India and its rising geopolitical aspiration, visit your own channel Indian Geopolitics, and you could learn on topics like why companies are moving from China to India, or why countries like Saudi Arabia today have adopted a India-centric foreign policy, and even adversarial countries like Turkey are supporting India's permanent membership in United Nations. Stay tuned to know more. Like, subscribe and share your own channel Indian Geopolitics. Jai Hind.